All right, welcome to Chair Yoga. We have an open book today. We're going to do a little journey to see where the yoga takes us today. So always when we go on a journey, it's always good to check in with yourself. Notice how you're feeling, because the journey implies we start from here and we go to there. So we want to define what here is. So notice the environment you're in. Is it noisy or quiet? Is it busy? Notice the texture of the chair underneath you. Is it rough or smooth, cool or warm, hard or soft? Notice the texture under the feet. Is it soft, smooth, warm, cool? Notice the texture of the air on the skin. And then as you go from the outer to the inner, notice how your body is feeling, if it feels strong or vulnerable. Does it feel open or tight? Or is there a mixture in different places? Notice where your sit bones are in relationship to the chair, and if they're sitting back, walk your sit bones towards the edge of the chair, coming away from the back, finding balanced sit bones. Shoulders are all up, back and down, palms face up. And push the back of the hands into the thighs so you feel the spine lengthening. Relax the pushing, keep the spine long, let the eyes close, and notice the sensations from your posture. Each time we sit and remember our posture, think of the sit bones pushing down into the chair on the inhale, and the central axis of the body lifting up on the exhale, crown of the head lifting up. Notice how posture feels right now. Is posture something that feels a little uncomfortable, or is it something that feels natural? Then bring your attention to your breathing. Notice the breath. Does the breath feel smooth or choppy? Are you breathing in through the nose or the mouth? Does the breath feel forced or natural? So all these conditions come together to show us where we're at right now. And then we begin the journey, keeping the attention on the breath. Let the hands come behind and grab the back of the chair, gently opening and stretching the front of the body. Curl the tailbone, arch the low back, and then gently start to lift the chin. Squeeze the shoulder blades together and feel the sensations in that first back bend. And just lift the chin, the gaze, high enough so that you can breathe easily in that back bend without straining. Exhale, release. Bring the hands in front of you. Bend the elbows as if you're wrapping your hands around a big tree. Drop the chin. Push the elbows out, round the back, and feel the shoulder blades stretch. And then hinge forward, resting the elbows on the thighs. Open the thighs a little wider and drop the chin to the chest. Really let the back go. Dangle the hands to the floor, or if you like, to a block, and rest your hands on the block or floor. Once again, dangling the head, letting the head dangle. Bend the elbows, and as you bend the elbows, feel the forward bend deepen. Feel a stretch sensation move into the low back, the hips. Let the back of the neck go and relax. Inhale, bring the elbows to the thighs. Walk the hands back. And come back to your posture. And notice, has your journey changed? Has what was here a couple of minutes ago, does it feel different? How is the breath? How are the sensations in the body? How does it feel to sit up tall? Inhale, raise the hands above the head. Clasp the hands. Pointer fingers point up. As you inhale, let the sit bones push down into the chair. And as you exhale, lift the arms a little higher. Inhale, sit bones push down. Exhale, lift the arms a little higher. Start to feel the ribs opening up, the armpits. You might even feel the biceps against the ears. One more. Exhale, lift a little higher. And then drop that right hand down to this leg of the chair and lean to the right. Let that right ear come down towards the right shoulder. Drop the hand, drop the ear. Left hand comes up and over into that lateral flexion on that right side. Notice how it is to breathe when the body is bending this deeply to one side. Allow yourself to breathe as smoothly as you can. Inhale, come up. Reach the arms up. Clasp the hands. As you inhale, push down through the sit bones. And as you exhale, kind of wiggle up higher so you feel one arm and then the other reaching up until you feel the biceps brushing against your ears. You feel taller than you've ever felt. You lift a little more and then exhale, drop that left hand, left ear, lean to the left, right hand comes over. Dropping that shoulder a little more, that left shoulder. Good. And then inhale, gently come up, resting the hands, palms face up. And then notice what's changing. How is the temperature of the body? For some of us, it might mean taking layers off. How is the posture? How is the breath? Just from these very simple movements, how does it compare to when we started class? Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold, coming down to the ground or the block. I'm going to use a block here, both hands on the block. Inhale, bring that right hand onto the right hip, bring the right shoulder back and look to the right. Feel that twisting motion in the body. Feel what it's like to breathe in that twist. Can you lengthen the spine while you're in the twist? Like the crown of the head coming further away from the shoulders, shoulders relaxing and back. Can you turn the head, just the head, and look down to the ground, looking towards the left of the body? And then turning the head towards the ceiling. How far up can you look? How far does the head rotate comfortably? One more, looking left. And this time, as you start to look towards the ceiling, could you raise that right hand towards the ceiling, reaching up towards the ceiling, breathing in that big, deep twist. Exhale, lower the hand, both hands on the block or the earth. Let the head rest and dangle. And then turning the head to the left, bring that left hand onto the left hip. And notice the twist on the opposite side, bringing that left shoulder back a little more. And then exhale, turning the head gently to the right, down to the ground, past the right foot. How far does your head rotate with modest discomfort? Inhale, gently turn the head to the ceiling. And once again, noticing the range of motion on this side. Maybe pushing the hand into the block a little more to get a little more turn. And then turning the head to the right once more. This time, as you turn the head to the left, lift the left hand, reaching towards the ceiling. Notice the different sensations on the left arm, the left rib cage, the left neck. Breathing, keeping the spine as long as you can in the twist. And then exhale, floating that left hand down. Bring both elbows to the thighs. Pause. And then gently walk the hands back, lifting the head last, shoulders back and down. Find your posture. And notice where your journey has brought you after moving the spine in 7 different directions. How is your posture? How does the body feel? And then opening the legs out to the side into a sumo squat. Feeling the stretch on the internal adductors, leaning the hands into the thighs, hinge forward so you feel the weight of the torso pressing down onto the thighs. Shoulders are kind of shrugged up near the ears, arms are straight, and you feel the pressure and the weight of the torso. Sitting right on the edge of the chair, there's a possibility you could lean forward and lift the buttocks off the chair so you're kind of in this supported sumo squat without the buttocks on the chair. If the buttocks is on the chair, just feel that lean forward, feel the hips as they open and support, and with great care gently bend the elbows and come back to the chair and sit back up. Palms face up, keep the knees wide. Notice your posture and notice, where did the sumo squat take you on your journey? So one way to think of the journey is we become different Our poses, our asanas change who we are. They change our experience of life. How has your journey changed you? How are you breathing? How is the nervous system? Let's try that again. Resting the hands on the thighs, shrug the shoulders, keep the arms straight, hinge forward until you feel the arms pressing down into the thighs. Adjusting your feet until you feel like you could lift the sit bones off the chair, so the full weight of the body pushing down into the thighs. And then gently come back to the edge of the chair, release, and bring the knees back in. Notice your posture. Notice how the hips feel. And then a little movement to see that right leg comes out and back a few times, just working the right leg. Let's do 5 openings and closings, maybe adding resistance here by pushing against the direction of the thigh opening. And then changing legs, left leg, with or without resistance. Just feeling the hips after the sumo squat. How do they feel? And let's try something here where we lift both out and lift both in. So it's a little core work here as you hold and open and resist both at the same time. Three, 2, and 1. And noticing how working the core leaves your posture and your breath, heartbeats. Inhale, open that right knee out to the right, straighten the left leg, warrior 2. Dropping that back foot, feeling the stretch sensation in that back leg. Gazing over those front fingers. Exhale, drop the back hand, reverse warrior. Letting that back hand come back down the leg. And watching that right knee doesn't collapse inwards. Keep the integrity of that right knee, that front knee. Inhale, warrior 2. And then leaning forward, come into your side angle. If you like, you can drop that back hand behind the back into a half bind. Bringing that left shoulder back, looking towards the sky. Maybe dropping that other hand towards the ground, feeling the twist. And then gently unwind back to warrior 2. And then floating the hands down. Bringing the knees back together. So as we journey down through the body into the hips and the low back and the legs, noticing who you were at the beginning of practice and who you've become now. Different sensations, a different relationship to the body, different relationship to the breath. Inhale, open that left thigh, straighten that right leg. Warrior 2, opposite side. Strengthen that back leg as you drop the back hand, reverse warrior. Dropping that back hand Watch that left knee doesn't collapse in. Feeling the opening of the left rib cage as that elbow comes back. Inhale, warrior two. And then hinge forward, leaning into that side angle. Big stretch. Option to drop that hand towards the floor, coming into more of a twist, deepening and lengthening. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, come back to center. And notice the impact of the warrior poses on the legs, hips, core. Notice your temperature. Notice your posture. Feel the change. We change from moment to moment throughout the day, but we often feel like we're stuck in the same place. But every moment, something different's happening. In our yoga, we start to be conscious of that journey. The journey from awakening to going to bed at night. The journey from one week into the next. The journey of one season into the next season. The journey from the cradle to the grave. All these journeys we're on. Inhale, open that right knee out. And this time, rotate the torso to the right, sliding that right hamstring over the chair. Extend left leg back, ball of the foot lifted. And for a moment, just enjoy bending and straightening that back leg. So you feel the hip flexor opening, waist and torso facing to the right. And then extend that left leg, reaching the arms to the sky. Reach up a little higher. Reach up a little higher and feel the sensations of warrior one. Bring the hands behind the back, clasp the hands and straighten the arms, pull the shoulders back, lift the gaze, lift the hands, straighten and feel that big heart opener in warrior one. Exhale, release, return to center. And noticing, what does warrior one do to your mind, do to your confidence? Who do you become when you pursue and activate warrior one? How does warrior one change the quality of your life? Inhale, open that left knee, rotate the torso to the left, right leg extends back, right knee extends and then relaxes. So you pump that back leg, relaxing and straightening, priming up, feeling the hip flexor stretch on that right side. The next time you inhale, lift one or two hands to heaven and reach up, push out through that right heel, back leg strong. Feel your warrior one on this side. Lift a little more. And then float the hands behind the back. And this time, if you can, clasp the fingers in your non-habitual manner. And then straighten the arms, pull the shoulders back, lift the gaze to heaven, push back through that right heel. Feel the full opening in the front of the body here. Exhale, release, and come back to center. Open the knees wide, hands on the thighs, shrug the shoulders, hinge forward, feel the squat. Find that position for the feet where you could, if you wanted to, lift the buttocks off the chair. And then as you lift the buttocks off the chair, if you can, bring the shoulders back, arms out to the side, and bend the elbows into your goddess squat. Squeeze the shoulder blades. Feel the thighs, and then exhale, touch the chair and safely come back to the chair. Bring the knees in. Come back to your posture. Relax and sit tall. And notice if sitting tall is more relaxing than it was when you started the journey. Inhale, chair pose. Hinge forward, lean forward, lift the buttocks, come off the chair, and then slowly stand up, stand up, stand up. Exhale, mountain pose. And then bringing your chair to the top of the mat. Might be an idea to move props out of the way so you don't trip on them. Let's do some sun breaths here. Let's start with mountain pose, feet hip width distance apart. Rotate the hands forward. And then inhale, reach up, mountain pose. Exhale, keeping the gaze lifted, bend the knees, push the hips back, drop down, come into a forward fold. Now, if reaching the ground is too much, come into a forward fold with your hands on the chair. So you're either all the way down to the ground with knees soft, or you're just resting on the chair. Slide the hands up the shins, straighten the legs, straighten the arms. So legs are straight, arms are straight, spine is long, and then exhale, come to the earth once again, forward fold, dangle the torso, drop the hips, lift the gaze, bring the hands out to the side, lift the gaze so you're rotating the pelvis, push through the heel bones, reverse swan dive, come all the way up, reach up, hands together at the chest, prayer. So either using the chair or the floor, we're going to do 5 more sun breaths in our own time. So your eyes can be open or closed. Work with your breath, inhaling as you make one movement, exhaling as you make the next movement. So you feel the sequence. You can move faster than me. You can move slower than me. And really keep good form here. Really keep your form nicely conscious, mindful. So you're not working too quickly, and you might find that as you do this, your range of motion changes. You can do more than 5 if you're moving faster than me. You can do less than 5. And remember, you have your chair there to change the range of motion, depending on how your back your hips and your legs feel today. And those who know the Ujjayi, ocean sounding breath, layer that sound into your breathing so you can hear your breath. 2 more. One last sun breath. And then find yourself in Samatiti pose of attention. And for a moment, reflect to the beginning of your journey so far back, so long ago. Feel how the body has shifted. Inhale, reach up. This time using the chair, exhale, forward fold. Come down onto the chair. And step your left foot back. Have both legs straight. Bring the right hand under the heart. In fact, bring that right foot under the chair so that the right hand is under the heart and you feel this nice stable position. Have your left foot wide on the mat, left hand to left hip. So we're coming into a straight-legged pyramid, bringing that left shoulder back, looking up to the gaze, lifting that left hand. So feel pyramid pose. Let both legs keep straight and feeling the twisting sensation in the hips as you hold that balanced pose. Now keeping both legs straight, bring that left hand under the heart, right hand to the hip, right shoulder back. So we're twisting in the revolved position. Keep that left leg straight, right shoulder back. Now lift that right hand up towards the ceiling, feeling the revolved twist, revolved pyramid here. Exhale, bring that hand down onto the heart. Just drop the head for a moment, keeping both legs where they are, nice and straight. Make a small adjustment with the left foot so you look down at your left foot and it's parallel to the mat. And then float that right foot back and push your hips back. Leaning into the chair, roll the hip to the right. Knee and toes of that right foot pointing towards the floor, and feel that left leg taking the weight of the body. If you like, keeping the right hand on the chair, you can float that left hand back behind you or straight ahead, Warrior 3. Drop the left hand, drop the right hand, drop the right foot next to the left foot. Come into an L stretch. And then step the left foot under the chair, both legs straight, nice and wide with the stance, not on a tight rope. Hands under the heart, left hand under the heart, right hand to the hip. Bring that right shoulder back and look up towards the sky, feeling the pyramid on this side. Add a little more intensity through that front leg. Keep the pinky toe grounded. Bring that right hip back a little more. and lift the right hand to heaven. Bring that right hand down, look down at the chair, and already you should start to feel your left hip coming back, your right hip coming forward. So the twisting hip, the revolved pyramid is already starting to happen. Left hand, left hip, bring the left shoulder back. Right hip comes forward, looking up towards the sky, lifting that left hand into your revolved pyramid. Bringing that left hand down, float the left foot back and up. Bring the center of your gravity back over that standing leg. Now revolve the left hip so the left hip rolls towards the ground, toes and knees point towards the ground. Spine long. Lift that foot a little more so you have a nice straight line parallel to the earth between the back of the heel and the back of the skull. Option to bring your right hand back. Or forward for warrior three. Exhale, drop the hand, drop the foot, L stretch. And then leaning into the chair, gently bend the knees and lower your knees to the floor. Curl the toes underneath the heels and gently come back until you feel sufficient stretch on the toes. Feel the toes. Knowing you can come forward anytime this is too much for the toes. Come forward, swing your feet to the left, right hand to the floor, and come onto your sit bones. And bring your sit bones right up to the front of the chair, knees out to the side, and swing your legs up onto the chair. Ecstatic back. Notice how ecstatic back feels. Notice the texture of the carpet. Notice how your spine feels after all that work. Inhale, and then as you exhale, squeeze the left knee back towards the left shoulder. Give it a nice squeeze. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Grab the left hamstring heel to heaven. Feel the back of the leg. Optional, if you like, lift the head up and gently climb up your leg. Climb up as high as you can, bringing the head towards the knee. Gently climb down. Rest that left thigh. Come back to ecstatic back. Right knee back, squeeze right knee towards right shoulder. Give it a big squeeze here. Heel to heaven, grab the back of the hamstring. Option to lift the head and climb the leg. Exhale, climb down. Rest that thigh. Bring both knees back, knees wide, and hug both knees. And see if you can feel the edge of your chair underneath your arches there. So you can feel where the edge of the chair is. Now remember, when we come to press into supported bridge like this, we're going to need the top of the feet pushing down on the edge of the chair. We don't want to push the chair away. A couple of ways to support you here is to have the chair against an immovable object, like a couch or a heavy table or a wall. Or if it's on a non-slip mat, is nice. So bring the hands down beside you, and as you push down on the edge of the chair, lift your hips up. So you bring your body up into the air, pushing down onto the edge of the chair. If the chair is slipping away, make an adjustment so you don't have the chair sliding away from you. Now you can remain in this upward position, holding it and breathing, or you can come down, rest, and then come up again. So just listening to your body. Lift the hips to the point where you feel confident and safe in your body and spine. The higher you lift, the more you'll feel this in the upper neck area and shoulders. Exhale, everybody come down and rest those legs. Palms face up. And then reflect on the journey. Where are we on our journey? Are we lost? Do we feel like we have an end point, a goal? Can we remember back to that original seat on the chair at the beginning of class? Can we remember parts of the journey, the warriors, the pyramids, the squats, the chair pose, and goddess. Different parts of the journey. And the parts of the journey becoming the journey itself. Inhale, slide the feet back to the edge of the chair. And then lift, pushing down, lifting the hips up. This time, bring the hands over the head. Notice how that feels as you reach. Pushing down a little further. Bring the hands back beside the hips. Bring the feet together. Some of you might like to lift the right foot up and over the head. You can even bring the hands to support the kidneys here, using the elbows to support a little more weight. Feeling what it's like to have one leg on the chair. Feeling our inversions and then switch feet. Exhale, bringing both feet back to the chair, coming down and resting. Resting the calves against the seat of the chair into ecstatic back. Palms flopped out beside you. Now, Bringing both knees back, hug both knees for a moment and bring the hands out 90 degrees, letting go of the knees. Exhale, roll both knees to the left. So you feel that lumbar twist. Arms out 90 degrees from the shoulders. Now, if that bottom knee doesn't rest on the ground, consider bringing a block or a rolled up blanket or cushion. Keep that right arm on the ground. Left hand can reach up and grab that upper leg and gently pull it down, feeling a little more sensation in the twist. You can turn the head to the right. Each part of the journey having its own peculiar twists and turns, ups and downs. So each part of the body going on the journey with you. Keep the twist as you turn the head to the right. Pulling that top knee down a little more. Release the knee, gently bring the feet back up onto the chair, calves resting. Back to ecstatic back. And notice if you can feel a contrast. So sometimes on our journey, one side of the body will feel it's gone to a different place because it has. Feel how the right side of the body compares to the left from that twist. Bring the feet back. Roll both knees to the right this time. Hands out 90 degrees. Resting that right knee on the ground or a cushion. Right hand can reach over and grab that top knee and support it as it brings it down. An option to turn your head in the opposite direction towards the left. Keep the twist as you turn the head to the right. And then gently unwind as you bring the calves up onto the chair and let the body relax. If supporting the back of the head would be more comfortable for you, consider bringing a blanket or a towel or a cushion under the back of the head. Notice any tiny releases of energy that might be happening after the work. Noticing the back and neck. Breath. So each one of us has been on a journey. Not one of us has had the same journey. We've each had a unique journey here. And the journey hasn't stopped. Bring your attention to the low back and let the low back relax. Bring your attention to your knees and allow your knees to relax, and notice what the knees do when they relax. Just let them do what they need to do. And just take a moment to feel the back of your neck. Make sure the back of the neck feels long. So whatever you need to do to lengthen the back of the neck, let it feel long, and then let the shoulder blades relax. So feel this double awareness. Back of the neck long, shoulder blades relax. And feel these 4 points. Knees relaxed. Low back. Shoulder blades. Neck long. Now imagine all these areas of the body have been massaged and you're feeling really relaxed in these 4 points. Start to bend the elbows and reach the arms over the head, like you're just waking up. And gently roll to one side, curl up into a little ball and support the head. And then gently press up onto your sit bones. And decide if you'd like to come up to your chair again for a final seat, or if you're happy sitting on the floor. And if you're on the floor, you might sit on a block or a blanket, something to elevate the pelvis. So you have these choices. What is the choice that your body feels most naturally in? The good thing about coming back to the chair is you can now see where your journey has taken you with a direct comparison to the beginning of class. Notice your posture. Notice the qualities of the body. The qualities of the breath. And most importantly, the qualities of the nervous system. And though this journey in this class is part of the journey through your day, from waking to sleep, it's a small part of the journey for your week that's gone and week that's coming. It's a small part of your journey as we change seasons from the summer to the spring. But when we spend time on these small journeys consciously, they have a significant impact on the bigger journeys. Bring your hands together in gratitude for your practice. Namaste. Thank you, folks.
That was another excellent class.